Welcome to the homestead. My name is Brenda, my husband's name is Lee, and today is Throwback Thursdays. See where we came from, how we've progressed over the time. Each week you'll enjoy one of our past videos, so as you're watching our current videos, you'll be reminded of how much work we have actually accomplished thus far. Here we are standing in the northeast part of Texas, where we purchased a 1 acre piece of property, and we have a lot of things to do on this property. We started some weeks ago already, and then we decided maybe we'd bring you aboard and let you see what we are doing and what we have done, what we're going to do. And so right behind us is a piece of property that we started clearing, and we started clearing this whole section before the trees and everything. And then the surveyor tells us that this is not our property, and so we have cleared it for nothing. But luckily we didn't get that far into it before we realized our mistake. Our property is actually that direction, and I'm going to take you over there now. So one of the things we needed to do was we needed to create a culvert because we were having some supplies brought in, and this was last week. And so what we did is we took twigs and logs and leaves and whatever we could, and we filled the culvert with that on a temporary basis. And then the truck was able to get between the road, the dip, and the property. And so we did that, and it worked out fairly good, except the truck that was delivering the product on day 2, it got stuck. Why did it get stuck? Because it rained the night before, and it created a mud within the clay. And so the first load that appeared on the day before, it got laid out and no problems. The second load, not only did the truck get stuck in the driveway and Lee had to pull it out or help it get pulled out backwards, he gave another running start and he took off on the property, which created a lot of grooves within the property that we had already spent time smoothing out. And so we're going to have to fix that. And Lee's going to fix that later today with this very small tractor that we purchased. We'll show you that here in a little bit as well. And so, but when he delivered that wood, there was a mishap that happened. As he tilted down, the load got stuck, and then it came down fast, crashing hard, tilting, getting all screwed up, and the truck pulled forward. It kind of fell into place, but one piece got set way off beyond all the others. And so a couple of days ago, Lee took the little tractor and he pushed that load of lumber closer to the group, and it turned out really, really nice. In the meantime, we had to clear out all of the sticks and logs and brush that we put in the culvert pipe in order for the actual guy to come and put the culvert pipe in and make us a nice driveway. So we cleared that all up, and if you can see behind me, he has got the pipe in place and he's got the passage across the top. What you're seeing is the property before we've done any of the clearing. This is the section that we have yet to do. And as you can see, it's a mess. There's lots of tall weeds, there's these little trees, and there's some big trees. But the problem with this property isn't that there's things we need to clear. There are thorns. These are thorn trees. And I don't know how well you can see that, but each one of these are thorns, and they run up and down the tree. And these are little trees. The big trees have them going all the way down, but they also have these dead branches that kind of hang over. So first we have to get those dead branches off and clear the big trees up high. Thorns are everywhere. If it's not this Osage tree or this locust tree. There are wild roses growing, so there's vines of thorns everywhere. And if it's not them, there's these other things. They're vines of berries of some sort. And so almost everything, and also deep inward, there are these real big, gigantic cockaburs. Oh my goodness, you're going to get to see those in time. Anyway, you can see we've been dealing with an awful lot of things. My thinking is that after Adam and Eve got kicked out of the garden, and God said that you will work the land and it will be full of thorns and thistles, he was referring to this property. When we first came, we brought our shovels and our rakes and all the stuff we were going to need, and we just laid them out. And the next time we came, we found our stuff messed with, and we were wondering, what is messing with our stuff? We found our haystack scattered. We found those balls that we had stacked up, scattered, and we weren't sure, was it wild boar or what? Then we found out that there are cows on the property, and so we bought these fences, this little fencing. It's a pet fencing, and we put all our supplies inside it when we leave. We bought a secondary one for little Baxter. Little Baxter is in there now. He's laying there. He's acting all pitiful because he wants to come out. So all the stuff we've been clearing, we've put into piles. We've made piles of the straw that's been in the ground, and then the piles of the trees we've cut down. And we have these piles not only here, which we have several piles. We got a couple of piles out that direction, and we've got even more piles out that direction. So we've been doing all this work with a weed eater and a rake and some cloppers. And so Lee said, my back's not going to handle doing it by hand, because we did do this little section that we showed you, but we still have the whole rest of the acre to do. And so Lee bought himself a little tractor. The little tractor comes with a mowing device on the back, so we could mow it instead of weed eat it. And then this lovely little scraper thing that we can, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a scraper thing that can push the dirt around and kind of get it a little level. And there she sits amongst the trees. Okay. Time to bring in the RV. She's coming between the trees. Uh-oh, it's getting stuck. Okay. He's stuck. This is exactly the same place that other guy got. He got it. Oh my goodness.
Well.
Okay, so we're still stuck. It's been about an hour and a half. We have made the situation much worse as I took pictures and you can see. And the neighbors have been so gracious. Mr. Gossip, he's about 97 years old. He came and he tried to help, but he got a little bit shaken up and thought that he would hurt the RV if he did anything. So we said, don't worry about it. You go on your way and we'll call a wrecker. But then one of the other neighbors came by and they said, you need help? So they're on their way to get their big tractor and they're going to help pull this thing back out of the holes that we have dug through the mud. And all we have to do is just get into the property and just leave it be. And if we can do that, all the more power to us. And then we can worry about whatever later. And so anyway, it is starting to darken up. It's supposed to rain tonight, and then it is supposed to only get into the 50s and maybe hit 60. Then it's going to rain really good on Monday, which means that wherever we put this thing, it stays. It is going to be just stuck wherever we put it until the ground dries up, which who knows when that's going to be because it is winter. So right now we are not on the road. The nose is just inside of the road. And so if it has to stay here, we do have some orange pylons we can put at the nose and until a wrecker can come and help us. Anyway, if it's not one thing, it's another. God bless. Lovely sitting area, and then the shed that is right here. And as I said, we're really close to the gate entrance, but with the mishaps and everything, we have to wait till it dries up to be able to get it further onto the property. And so it will either stay here the duration of the winter, or if we do have a nice long dry spell, we'll be able to move it.
Thank you for watching. We sure appreciate it. God bless you. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, notification bell. We'll see you next time here on the homestead.